Damn it. Okay, friends, subscribers, and all of you YouTubers. Man, I just captured a UFO shading the space station. The good thing about these things is you can actually go back. I can't in this, it's jumped camera. So we're going to jump to this one, see if it's in this one. So if you're just joining me, which I gather most of you are because I've just started the stream, there's no intro on the stream, will be on the video that I'm making, but I was watching this current feed before they turned around and just stopped it. There was a UFO travelling through the clouds being captured by the space station, and they stopped it. Well, oh man, why can't I get it? Oh, okay, I'm clicking on the live one. Well, why is that not letting me go back? Okay, that must be the new one. Okay, so we're going to jump up here, see if we can see if it was there. It seems to have been following the space station for some time, and on a certain camera I do have video footage of it which I can play, so there's no problems there. I'm just trying to see if it's on any other. Well, this is the actual camera, so I'm trying to see now if it was on an earlier thing or if it was on the time period that I just captured it, which was approximately 5 minutes ago on the main camera. And yeah, there it is there. It's actually there. And yep, it is actually there. And it's dodging underneath, it's going underneath the clouds, so whatever this is, it's not a glitch in the thing because it only disappears when a cloud appears. And yeah, so I'm just doing a bit of research and stuff like that. As you guys know, you got to skip the intro, and yeah, so this will actually be put into a actual vid with a intro. But notice you can't see it there at the moment. It's not there, but it actually is there. I was looking, and because I wanted to look at the stars tonight because I'm going out on Saturday, and I'm gonna I'm going out with one of the clubs, and I'm going out and going to do a bit of stargazing and try and get my telescope operational. And I'm even going to film some footage for you. Going to try and capture that really bright star, whatever it is. Yeah, well, it's in a different position in this video, but it is there. It is there. You can see it just pop up, and it's got like a reddish glow to it as well. And it just every now and then you can just see it appear where the mouse is, around that area there, in that area there. Keep your eye on that area. That area is really important because that's where it keeps on popping up. And as I said, it was on the live stream, but I just thought, well, okay, I was about to stream it, the moment I was about to stream, okay, there it is. There's another one there. We got a secondary one here, unless that's the same one. And it's even got a tail. It's creating a wake going through the clouds here. You can see it here in this region in the center there. In between each frame. I'm wondering if this is the same object or whether there's two objects. And at first I thought there was something on my screen, so I cleaned my screen, but then I noticed it was disappearing underneath the clouds when the white clouds were there. This one is actually a lot brighter, and yeah, very, very visible. I thought, oh yeah, it could be a plane and stuff like that, but it seems strange that they cut the feed. Whenever they get a UFO, they cut the feed, and they have a tendency to do that. And it's very strange that it's. Notice how it just made a cut. Notice how what it's doing to the cloud as it's going through the cloud. That to me says big time UFO. And I was trying to look at the chemtrail activity, as I said, to I don't know whether this is the same object or whatever, but it's definitely creating damage to the clouds when it goes through the clouds. The other one is about here in this region, and you can't. There's too much chemtrail there at the moment to see it. So I'm just wondering whether there's actually two there, whether there's actually a extra one. I don't know what's actually happening at the moment, but this is a recording from earlier, but I'm trying to work out whether this one here, notice how when it goes through the clouds you can see that white tail, and that, oh okay, it's flashing on and off now. That's very different. Oh, it's gone. Oh no, is it gone? It's stopped in the cloud. It's still in the cloud. You can still see it. It's in that cloud there, just there. It's hiding in that cloud. It's just turned around and stopped in that cloud there. Wow, that's amazing. I'll show you. You check it out. You'll see it stop in the cloud. Maybe I've gone a bit too far. There it is. It's going through the cloud. We have it here, and we'll play it right up until it disappears, and then hopefully they come back to this camera on the other one and we pick the other one up. These things actually quite regularly somehow go through the clouds. They shadow the space station. I've been recording these across the verses for a while now, and it's noticed all that one's done the same thing. Oh no, there it is there. But they disappear into the clouds. After a while, the cloud will come up, and then they just stop dead and don't continue on any longer. But I wanted to talk about chemtrails, and I wanted to talk about and no one got notified of this stream. So if you know anybody over in another room, someone send out a notification for me. But yeah, it's definitely a nice little UFO, and when the other stream, I'll go back to that other stream, and I'll find it again so that you can all see it. This is not NASA live at the moment. This is, well, I know which video it is. I can always come back to it. And sort of just trying to capture when it disappears. So maybe if we go to there. Okay, it was about here, I think, was where it disappeared. It disappears into this cloud. When this cloud gets over here, you watch it. It starts moving backwards with the starts moving backwards with that chemtrail there. This chemtrail here, you watch. You'll see it. It's here at the moment, right? And then all of a sudden, it's going to stop in this chemtrail, and then it's going to phase backwards with the chemtrail, and it's just going to stop dead in the chemtrail. It's not going to go any further, and it's about to happen now. And notice how it flashed, and I noticed it was flashing before, just before the chemtrail came up. It's going flash, flash. See it? Bang! Stops in the chemtrail. And it's there. It's still there, but it's here now. Right here in that chemtrail there. That is amazing. So it's 1:10:36. So I can always come back to that. 1:10:36. Sort of, notice it's still in the chemtrail. Didn't come out. So we'll go back to 1:10:36. Oh, there we go. 1:10:26. Alright, here we go. We're going to see it again. It's flashing on and off. There it is there. You watch it. It stops dead in the chemtrail, goes really bright. Then the chemtrail comes up and bang. It's gone. It's in the chemtrail, and you can just see it hiding in the cloud. Well, in my screen, I've got a massive screen. I can see it just, and it's moving along. It is stopped dead in its tracks, and yeah, no longer moving. It stayed in the chemtrail. And hello guys, how are you? I'm not reading the chat. I am watching the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the live feed, see if we have the other one still there, or able to backtrack on this. Maybe we can even... No, it's not letting me backtrack. I'll have to come back to this one. Where is it? What's going on with this? It's black. Man, I hate it when they do this. They just blacken the screen. They know there's a UFO there, see? So whenever there's a UFO, that's what they do. It's quite common, but yeah, you generally pick them up when they're using these cameras, this type of camera. What we're looking at there, down there, is the bottom of one of these pods on the opposite side. Those fins are on the just over here somewhere. So yeah, okay. Why can't I go backwards? Bastard! It's not letting me go backwards. It's just giving me a dead stream. I'd say the UFO's still there. The only time they black the screen out is when there are UFOs in sight. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, I call it my chemtrail invasion theory. I've only just come up with that just then. The chemtrail invasion theory. What if a race of beings decided to come here to Earth and start an invasion, and they weren't quite ready to start the invasion, and then all of a sudden they just poddle along and they start taking over government positions and things like that. Typical alien sci-fi movie, yes, I know. But it's a theory, okay? What if this actually really happened? Think about it. What if this actually really happened on Earth now? What if it's going on right now as I'm speaking? And they're pretty much here on a regular basis. They come in, they fly around and, yeah, do their business, and then cover our world and start spraying chemtrails so astronomers like me can't go out and look at the stars, because that's what I was doing, was looking the amount of chemtrails, seeing what it was going to be like tomorrow, whether the spraying is constant, because generally when it's spraying, I cannot get my star sense to work and it doesn't lock on the stars, so I can never align my bloody telescope. I'm hoping it's different on Saturday night, because we're going out on Saturday night and we're going to try again, as I said, to try and capture that thing. And I'm trying to work out a setup where I can even do a stream from the thing and try and work. I don't have a camera to put on the telescope, unfortunately, yet. I'm trying to modify mine and trying to charge enough batteries so that I can just constantly change out batteries and maybe even give you a bit of footage for Saturday night. But I've got to work out how I'm going to do the stream. I know I've got to connect to my phone. I've got to transmit through my phone, which I've got a bit of stuff, so it won't be a long stream. I may have to film it and then bring it along with me later and then do my stream and just show you the footage. But see, the good thing about this is I jumped across and I've already filmed that first UFO that I saw. And this is it here. How do we enlarge this? Is that it? No. Where is it? Where is it? What? Oh, no. What did it do? There we go. So there we go there. And it's around about here. Oh, I took a bloody photo of it. Damn, I'm an idiot. Ah, yeah, I pushed the photo button. Yep, I'm an idiot. Can we zoom in? No, we can't zoom in, but yeah, I'll put the video of this up and everything. And, oh, actually, yeah, well, I am an idiot. Sorry, guys, I just thought of something. Oh, it is an idiot, after all. But, yeah, so the whole point is that when you do these things and everything like that, yeah, I'll put it under that. And always film. That's why I use Snagit, because Snagit, I can just hit it, start it, and get it going, and I can capture these things really quick at the push of a button, and it films that screen straight up. So when I do actually find these things, I can publish them and stuff like that. And no, I don't really want to talk about the effect, in more to the fact that the effect is happening. I know that. And I think I've worked out when I actually got here. I actually think my Nibiru experience was part of my transfer to this world. I truly think that. Because I'm looking at the records, I'm noticing things in the sound of our voices and things like that when I'm watching the videos and stuff like that, because I'm up to the recent stuff and I'm watching the videos, and I can notice some differences and stuff like that with us. And I think my Nibiru, my little walk on Nibiru, may have actually been part of my transfer to this world. So I can't really see what's going on yet. I can't do it, but I'm pretty sure this bright star is Nibiru, and I'm pretty sure that the chemtrails have got something to do with it. As I was saying, what if that alien race had been here many years? Say they got here 50 years ago, and in this world they're well established, and the chemtrails, let's just say the chemtrails in this world are a lot worse than any other world that I've seen, and they are spraying the world, stopping people from seeing the stars, because when you look at the images on Google Earth of those starships surrounding the sun, well, the satellites are down. You can't get anything from that date and on one certain telescope. They've shut a lot of telescopes down. You can't get these. You cannot get these things. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay, is that better? You can't get these things there, and they can't actually see them because they're blocking your access. And as I said, like, I go to SDO telescope, we're out in space. I also use the stereo imaging cameras, because there's one behind the sun on one side of the thing, and there's another one on the opposite side. Not exactly behind, but they're viewing them from different angles. One's called behind, one's called ahead, and they are actually typically on different sides. One was sent to one side of us, the other was sent to the other side, and they view the sun from different angles and have different things, and they look at different things. And I'm going to try to see if I can reboot this, refresh it, and you can see those things. So, but then as I said, when they cut out the thing, I thought, okay, well, they've just filmed that same camera on another reel. Yep, see, there's the UFO still there. The UFO is still there. Oh, okay, what have they done? Ooh. There we go. No views, that's in this video, so I can call it up and I can go through it. So it was pretty much close to the end of the stream that I saw it. Okay, so don't know if it's in this section, because I think it started a little bit after this section. So we'll get it up big so that I can see it better, you can see it better. And that's pretty much what I do a lot of the time, and all the other beards do it as well. It's sort of, we sit here and we watch this, we look at the countries, and we look for UFOs in the sky and stuff like that. Well, there's nothing down there now, but I know it is there further on. A lot of the times they will cut footage out too. If they're sure that they've got something in the screen, they will actually come and cut it out. So, okay, so it was in here somewhere, a bit maybe in here. No, not there. It was over the water. Okay, around this area here. You want to watch this area here. And as you can see, it's very hard to see the sky. Well, it's very hard to see the ground. And because of the amount of chemtrails, you can see those chemtrails in the sky. I'm trying to work out what that fucking thing is, actually. That's very unusual. It's actually very high, dark cloud. Is that something hiding in our clouds? But it's not there now. It's not there now, but it does come into the thing in the next, next 20 minutes. It comes in, it starts coming through. I was trying to work out what countries these were, and because you can't really see the country, and this is why you can't see the stars when you're out there looking at the sky, because of the simple fact there's so many fucking chemtrails. So going back to that theory, what if the chemtrails are there for a reason? Right? They've infiltrated our governments, they've infiltrated our public works, they've infiltrated our police forces, our military, they've infiltrated everything. Maybe they are even the cause of the effect. Maybe they are the Nibiruans themselves, people from Nibiru, and all this stuff going on at the moment. There it is there. You see it? It just came out of the cloud just then, right there. You can see a little dot just here where the mouse is, and at the tip of the mouse is pointing to it. Notice how it disappears and then it comes back. So it's there. So this is another one like I showed you earlier, and there's also that one in the other video that was over further, and it's running a little bit faster than the space station at the moment, but it does. Notice how it disappears when it goes through the cloud and everything like that. And as I said, I'll put my little thing there so you can see it. Right there, the tip of the thing. You can see it disappearing under the chemtrail clouds, and it goes through the clouds, and occasionally you see it brighten up and go dark again, but it's still actually there. You can just see it, and it's too coincidental for them to actually be accompanying the shuttle, but they're definitely under the cloud, or in the cloud, I think more in the cloud layer, but they're definitely in the chemtrail layer. And look at all those fucking chemtrails there. That is fucking amazing. You can see the chemtrails in it. Yes, the chemtrails are making clouds, but what's in those fucking clouds? What are we fucking breathing? We got these square clouds now. They've laid down so many chemtrails that the clouds become square. And notice it's disappeared now, and you can just see it pop up. It just popped in there now, then, just very briefly, went under another cloud in that region there we're looking at. Right, in that region. And these sort of things have been happening in every verse, and it's sort of the stuff that I used to do. Again, as I said, I went back to my roots the other day with the solar research and showing you those things around the sun. What if we are in a foothold situation? Think about it. What if we are already in a foothold situation? For those of you that can't see it, look at the mouse, look where the pointer's pointing, and it's just near there, and you can see it disappearing in there. I don't know if any of you, if you're looking on a small device, man, you need to you can still see it. I can still see it about on a tablet size, but if you're looking at it on a phone, I don't like your chances. But you can definitely see this on a big screen TV, a large monitor, normal computer monitor, or a tablet size. And I'm looking at, I've got my little screens about the size of a phone, and I can't see those little screens. And I cannot see it on those little screens. So I'm going to click over to studio mode. And no, I can't see it on studio mode either. But if I blow it up to about the size of a tablet, I can actually just see it. So you want to go something bigger than a tablet to actually see this, guys. But it is definitely there, and I'm looking at it, and it's just going through the clouds, and you can see it now. It's actually above the clouds. It's red, and now it's above the cloud. It's flying over the cloud, and it's got a reddish colour to it. But then it just went through a cloud, and at first I thought, oh yeah, that's just a plane. But then I noticed it was travelling with the space station at the same thing. The same speed, the same logic as the space station. It's not varying. It just notice how it just disappeared, then appeared again. Our planes just don't do that. our planes do not do that. And at the moment it's underneath the cloud, so it's as if they're having a field day down there. Notice it just came up through the cloud, and it's back on top of the clouds again. That's that little, I'll get the mouse over there again, there it is there, the very tip of the mouse. You can see a little reddish dot on the white of the cloud. No, it's not a pointer because you can see it when there's no cloud. And I've tried to come up with different scenarios, what it is and stuff like that, and I can't work anything out. But then I'm looking at all these different things and the way it's ducking in and out of the cloud, going underneath the cloud, above the cloud. Wow, that looks like a skull. There's some good pareidolia there. Maybe they've made a cloud, cloud that looks like a skull. And messing with the clouds. But yeah, so you don't know what's actually happening, whether we are in a foothold situation. Yeah, that's all it is. It's a tiny little dot, and but you can see it on the tablet size, definitely. There it goes red there. It just went bright red. Right there it is, folks, just at the tip of the mouse. You can see it. There's a little reddish dot over the clouds because it's above the clouds now, and it will, I think it goes through the clouds because they're going to cut it off very soon. And but I'll leave that mouse there, and when it disappears, notice it just ducked into the clouds. It went down into the clouds. So yeah, it sort of makes you wonder what this. Oh, okay, and that's where they cut it off. That's where they cut me off before. So I'm going to go back in the footage, see if we can see it in any other footage. Notice there's a lot of footage chopped out of this already. Sometimes they'll follow the space shuttle for days, yeah, and you can quite often see them in these. And this is what I was trying to see before, actually, when I started watching that UFO. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have much luck on the weekend unless they stop chemtrailing. Occasionally this clears up, but I've seen this like a snowball, and so have you guys. The other Bluebeard had put up videos about it. I've seen all these vids about the snowball Earth. That was quite a good video, actually. But this is the sort of stuff we did prior to the Mandela effect. And yeah, it just makes you wonder what's actually happening with the world. Oh, let's go live. See if anything happens live. Oh, damn. No, we're live and we're getting nothing. Nah, the UFO's still there, so, and this is what I mean, whenever you... No, it's not a... Lasers don't disappear under the clouds, and you can't see a laser when there's no cloud. You need the cloud to be there all the time, but the dot's always there, so... No, it's not a laser. I've looked at that. I've got footage of the other thing, Ryan, and we've seen it. I can go back. It was on this one. It was 1 hour 10:32. So there's another one on this one as well. But it's up here. And this range, I forgot the damn time where it was. So it's not a laser. You can see it's not a laser. Well, that's just where it disappears. So this one is appearing, disappearing, and it's up in this region somewhere. Right. so it's hiding at the moment. This one's currently under the cloud. I think it was 110. I think it was 110, or was it 310 or whatever, 210 or whatever. It was somewhere in there, something 10. I thought it was 110 where it was, and but yeah, I can come back to it. I'll find it again. But the whole point is that when you see these things, they're in different positions. They're not in different things. And the other one, Ryan, stopped dead in the cloud. As the cloud was coming up, it just truly stopped dead in the chemtrail. It just refused to move, and yeah, just didn't keep on coming. Have they edited it out already? And trust me, they edit it out of these things on a regular basis. But we've already filmed it, so that doesn't matter. No, I don't know if they've edited this out. I think they've edited it out, guys. They have edited it out of the video already. Holy shit. They've already edited it out. Oh, there it is. They didn't edit the last bit. It just went into the cloud. See, they sit there, and I know they watch my channel. Just saw it enter into the cloud, but they didn't edit that bit out. So you can't see. Notice you can't see it here, but when that chemtrail comes up, you watch. Just as it goes into the chemtrail, you can quickly see it. They haven't edited it out, but I've actually already captured it, so it doesn't matter. It's back further in the video. Go back into the early part of the stream after they cut the other stream off. See, this is, notice how it just flashed just then. It flashed right, it's right there, and it just flashed actually. So, so I haven't fully edited this out. They know these things are in there, and it doesn't take much to edit a video and everything like that. But you'll see it in a sec. It'll come out. You'll see this one enter the cloud. They haven't edited just that little bit where it goes into the cloud. There it is, just flashed underneath the cloud. So it's not a laser Ryan, it flashed underneath the cloud. So they're editing out the bits where it's blue. And you watch this chemtrail right here. You'll see it appear just very briefly in the top bit there, around about here, any second now. And you can see it do the flash. They haven't edited out the flash. Or maybe they have edited it out now. They got hundreds of people. And serious, they do. This footage is delayed for a reason. It says live, but it's always delayed. Yeah, they've already edited it out. So go back to 107, see if I can spot it in 107. And this is done on such a regular basis, guys and girls, that it's beyond a joke. It truly, truly is. And it's not hard to edit a video and edit something out of a video. It's really easy. It's sort of, filmmakers do it every day. They see something they don't want in the film and they just come along and they quickly use After Effects and they use a match profile saying, okay, I want you to copy this space. So what they're doing, they're advancing in After Effects. They take a section of the thing that's just in front and they say, place it here. So every time the frame jumps, it's already sampling and it's taking that little section from the front of the footage and placing it where over the object. And that's how they cover it up. And it's can be done so quickly. It's, yeah. Something like that is an easy cover up because they've only got to use a small little area, so the rendering wouldn't be that much. So they re-render it, re-upload it, re-upload it, re-upload it, and they edit it out as fast as they can. And hence then, oh yeah, notice how we just saw it flash just in that cloud there. We just saw a flash then. So they missed that one. And it's, yeah, just amazing what they do, why they do it, is to cover the shit up. So why are they really covering up all this stuff? I think they're covering this shit up, right, because of the simple fact that the stuff is, yeah, is real. So they've got to cover it up And yeah, so when they do it, but yeah, it's really easy to cut it out. Trust me, it truly is. And even I'm capable of cutting something out of something. But this is directly, and I'll show you, it's direct off NASA's feed. So it's not me doing it. So that's their actual page there. So it is actually in this thing. I'm just going to see if I can get another shot of it. Okay, so there we are. Okay, we're back on a different thing. Let's see if they've cut it out of this one already. So it's, we'll see it in a minute. It'll start appearing in a minute here. And this is the sort of stuff NASA does and everything like that. They use the skills and the software that is currently available. A lot of people don't know that you can actually cover shit up really quickly. If you've got a team of, no, it's not fucking CGI, fuck off. Kilter, if you come in here, your first troll is a temporary. The second one is permanent block, and so yeah. But this is the sort of shit that they do, and you get used to it. You truly get used to this shit, and it's just a matter of just watching and hoping that you're quicker than them. And like, I've already caught it, so because I've actually already captured it, let's see if we can get anything on the other camera. Because I've already actually captured it, it'll be easy to actually catch it. And yeah, and if you don't like the fact that I block people that troll on my channel, tough fucking titties. And yeah, I do block them pretty fast, as you see. And as I said, first offence, you get a simple timeout. Second offence, permanent block. And I don't fuck around, ask anybody. Bluebeard has one of the longest block lists there is. And that camera is not putting out anything decent. No, they must be in the dark. That's what's going on. I think, yeah, they've gone into dark. That's why it's black. Well, that camera. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. We had something on that one. Might go back. But yeah, they cover this shit up so quickly. And this website, Ustream, NASA, it's NASA ISS. Like high definition Earth viewing experiment, and they're putting the images out, and yeah, going back to that other one, because there was either a star or a UFO in it, and it's one of the best UFO catching sites that you can actually go off. Yeah, and so yeah, you've just got to do your best at what's going on. Now, I don't know whether this is a star. Well, you can actually see fucking stars on the space station. What are they stars? What the... There, they're pointing out at the sky. Whoopee! That's different. Notice the stars are all moving around and in different positions every frame and things like that. It sort of, there's something going on out in the outer atmosphere. There really is, guys and girls. And again, we have something travelling with the space station there. I don't know whether they're looking down or whether they're looking up, but that's definitely, because they're not moving, they are definitely in that position. There's actual two, there's one higher as well. You can't see it because my screen doesn't, my capture doesn't capture that high, and it's being blocked by my tally. But yeah, the UFOs and things like that you see on a regular basis are actually quite strange that they're there and we don't get to see this shit. Okay, here we come. The sun is coming up. And yeah, I think that is the sun, or it's a sun or a UFO, another UFO. And but see, there's objects here, there's the object there, there's another one here, there's another one here, and I don't know, I'm trying to work out whether that is the sun over here, but there's something definitely going on around the space station at the moment. And so I'm just trying to work out what is going on. I'm trying to work out if it's the sun. Why can't we actually see it better? But can you see this shit here? This is weird. This is weird to me. I actually think something's going on out there. That could be a reflection on part of... No, unless they've moved the camera. They might have swapped cameras. That's very fucking interesting, whatever the fuck that is. Is it part of the space station? I think it might be, actually. I think it might be. I think that might be part of the space station. Don't know. Looks a bit fucking obvious. Oh, okay. Whatever it is, it's fucking bright. But looks like the sun may be coming up. Holy shit, can you see this, guys and gals? Holy fuck. That's not the sun coming up. That is not the sun coming up. It's either part of the space station. It's part of the space station. Ah, man, I just... had myself there for a second. Man, even I was starting to think, fuck, yeah, they changed cameras on us. That so fucking looked like a UFO coming towards the space station. But, yeah, you get false calls like that. Yeah, that happens occasionally. Yeah, when you get a something wrong like that happening, you think that you got something good and then it turns out to be a view of the fucking space station. Pisses you off when it happens. But it does happen. But it looked really cool. I will fucking say that. That looked so fucking cool that I bet you some idiot out there was saying, oh man, he was worse than me. And go, oh fuck, you've got a UFO. He's got a UFO. But yeah, sometimes UFO, yeah, it did, didn't it? It fucking looked like a UFO. And it happens a lot. Like you think you've captured something really, really fucking cool. And it turns out you haven't. Turns out you've got nothing. And it happens more times than anything. But that's part of the fucking excitement of doing this. Like, you've got to get excited when you see something like that because it's, I've got to admit, it's very fucking boring sitting here doing this. Then you see the exciting shit. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now, if it was a laser coming down from the space station, you would definitely see it now. So if there was a laser going from the space station, you would actually see it on the cloud because in dark that laser would be hitting the cloud for sure, and at night it would be very lit up. This is something that's down, whether or not it's still following the space station or whatever. But they might have just gone into darkness and I didn't realise it. I thought, yeah, they've cut the feed. Because sometimes they do just cut the feed. They don't even put a blue screen up. They just leave the black screen up and turn the camera off and you get nothing but a black screen. And it says they're transmitting live, and that does happen very regularly sometimes. But normally you just get the colour patterns happening like it just did as it was starting to come in sunshine. But fuck, that looked so cool, man. Even I was seriously thinking, holy fuck, what have we captured here? But I realised when I started seeing the lines coming together, I started to realise, yeah, it was only the space station. But I thought I'd play us along for 5 seconds. But that is truly the excitement of trying to catch a UFO. Because, yeah, you imagine sitting at a screen, getting drunk and sitting at a screen for a couple of fucking hours, Yeah, it happens. So you've just got to constantly, look and look and look and look, and then something, all of a sudden you see something like that, and the excitement starts to fucking build, and then you get shot down really fucking fast when you see it's the space station. But it truly is part of the fun. It's sort of, and you get drunk in the fucking meantime, and sitting there, and yes, I'm allowed to get drunk, people. I'm actually 56, so I'm allowed to fucking get drunk. And but the whole point is catching UFOs. Yeah, I don't get much time to do it anymore because it's like since I've been jumping around the verses and everything like that. See, that was a cut of the screen. Okay, they've seen something. You saw it for one brief fucking moment, and then they cut the screen. But you got to remember, this is actually 2 minutes ago. Everything you're seeing on the screen now is 2 minutes ago. They saw it 2 minutes ago. So they've got that 2 minutes. Someone said, oh no, it's only 2 seconds, but it's not. It's 2 minutes. It's always been 2 minutes. You think about it. They don't have time to cut out the big UFOs, and trust me, the big ones occasionally get caught. All the other beards have caught them. I've caught them in other verses, and you do catch big ones occasionally on this stream, and it's a regular thing. So you sit here and everything, and you sit and watch the Earth viewing experiment, and it's one of the few sites that you can actually live stream off from, because you're trying to actually see. This is a thing, the license, you can actually do it, and you can film it, and as long as you go through them, you give NASA the credit because it is their camera. As long as you give NASA the credit. See, notice how it's come back to that same camera. So something appeared 2 minutes ago that they didn't want us to see. So they cut it out. And generally it's the big ones that they cut out. But occasionally those big ones don't get cut out. And that gets really fucking exciting when you capture the big ones. And over the years, I've caught quite a few big ones. And in other verses, I've caught a few big ones. There we go. We got one already. We have one. We've got a new one now. Right here. I'd say it was really bright, and they've chopped it out. And I bet you one of them's watching the screen now. Because notice how we're getting those stoppage. Oh no, it's still there. It's still there. Notice how we're getting those stoppages. That's them editing footage. So in the capture, I'll get it. They'll stop it really soon. We'll get a blank screen, and they will stop this live stream, and we'll go back to that weird screen. Here it is there. You can see it right there. It's not a laser beam, trust me guys. That is not a fucking laser beam. Now it's under the cloud, in the cloud, on top of the cloud, in the cloud, top of the cloud, in the cloud. So in other words, it's going through it's a UFO. Well, I don't know what the fuck it is, lazy. It's sort of... if I knew what it was, it wouldn't be a UFO. That's what UFOs are. But at the tip of the mouse, just at the tip of the mouse, you can see it, where the direction that the mouse is pointing, and it's about 1 centimetre away from that. And you can see it dodging in and out of the cloud as it's going through the cloud layer. You can just see that little dot appear every now and then. And this is, we've got another UFO. It's in a different position. And this is similar to the other one, the one I caught on the other feed. It's in a different spot. The one that stopped and they edited out, this is most probably something very similar. And I don't know why they follow the space shuttle, but they do it on a regular fucking basis. It's sort of, not every day you will see them. Like, you might see this about once a month, and you actually see them, and they're very knowledgeable, and they'll be doing exactly what the last one did, just flying along, and then all of a sudden they decide not to follow it anymore, and they just stop in fucking clouds and don't keep on going. And it's been going on for years. Occasionally you'll see them streak across the screen, and NASA's excuse, oh, that was a bit of ice. Ice doesn't follow the space shuttle and zoom off. And they're the good ones to catch, the ones that zoom off. Because all of a sudden you've got them and then they're gone. Fucking just out of there. They just fucking take the fuck off. But yeah, going back to the effect and stuff like that, I truly think that I got in this reality about the time of my Nibiru experience. And I think that was a changeover. Because over the years, I've been through weird situations at night where I'm dreaming like I'm with a lot of people. There's beds, dormitories, and it's like a spaceship situation, and you're stuck in that situation all the time. And then, yeah, but this time I got to walk the streets in Nibiru, and it wasn't a fucking dream, I can tell you now. My lungs still hurt after the event, and I don't know whether it's because in the last one I was researching the Anunnaki, and I had that all over the screens. Even here, the screensaver is the Anunnaki. So if I'm away from the computer, that's all you see on the computer screens is the Anunnaki popping on and off. So maybe they saw that when they came in to take me and decided to show me what it was like. But yeah, so you've got to ask yourself what's truly going on. Do we have a foothold situation? Is that a UFO? Look at the shape. Check out the shape of this. That's a UFO. This is a big one, guys. This is what we call a big one. About here, down there, there's the wingspan, there's the front of the ship, up to the, I believe, is the bridge of the ship. There, can you all see it? I'm tracing around it. Because it's froze, they're editing something out. They're setting up the algorithm to get rid of that. There it is there, by the way. They're setting up the algorithm to get rid of it, but check this out. There's something hiding in that cloud. They've seen it, and they're stopping it. I'm trying to work out what that is at the moment. I think that's just a cloud. I think that one's pareidolia, but that's something that is definitely, that's a giant ship hidden in the clouds. It's too perfect. Too perfect. Most UFOs hide in the clouds. Yeah, it's that is so fucking weird. Or maybe someone, you think about it, maybe someone in the project has thought, well, fuck it, I'm going to let everybody see this. Like, I've got a funny feeling it's somewhere at NASA, and they want to get rid of this, or they're saying, no, that's enough. We're going to show everybody this UFO in the clouds. Because I've never seen a UFO sit there so fucking long on the screen. It's as if they're fucking frozen. Occasionally you get leaked images like this. They just stop the feed and you see the UFOs for what they are. So yeah, that is a definite UFO. I'm telling you now, that is a UFO. Mathematically it's perfectly symmetrical. There's cloud on it, and that is higher than the rest of the thing. So I think whatever that is, it's a bridge object or whatever, part of a bridge. And yeah, check it out, man. That is fucking amazing. Yep, we got a friend on our side and at NASA at the moment, sick and tired of the shit that they try and cover up, and they've frozen the stream. I love this, and it's not me, trust me. You can see, hang on, so you can see it's not me, you can see it there, it's playing, and I'm, just to prove it, I'm going to refresh the screen. Hopefully if it is frozen, but I bet you it's still there. I have a feeling we have a friend in NASA today, and occasionally you do get a friend in NASA that does shit like this. And they'll just freeze the screen, and then we get to see the good stuff. And I think that's what's actually happening. I think today we have a friend at NASA, and we had a friend at NASA. bastard. See what I mean? They cut it out. They've realised it. And but yeah, we had a couple of minutes. So we've got a friend at NASA. Yeah, thank fuck for that. But yeah, just jumping back to the effect for a few minutes, and while this is going on, I don't know what's causing it. I wish I did, because I still want to go home. I want to go home to my fucking family. All the other beards want to go home to their own fucking realities. And it is definitely us moving from reality to reality, by the way. It's sort of the Mandela effect is people moving, not your spirit. It's physical. It's a physical thing. There's differences between every one of us. Like with me, I urgently need knee surgery. Urgently. I needed knee surgery for some time. The others didn't really need knee surgery. They needed other surgery. And the beard that was here just before me, he needed wrist surgery. And but with me, I urgently need knee surgery. It must drive the doctors in this fucking reality nuts. So it's sort of, yeah, you go through it and stuff like that. And someone said to me, oh yeah, well you should go and see a doctor, man. And I said, mate, I've been to see fucking doctors. I've been to see a psych and a fucking psychologist, and both of them were just as affected as fucking me. So yeah, I even, like, he put a comment on my video, so I sent him a fucking email. I went to his channel, got his email, sent him a fucking video. And I'm going to reload that again. But yeah, just smart ass, it's just trolls. And you get them all the fucking time. Yeah. See, they watch and they do watch these streams, guys. The NASA watch anything that says UFO. They have a fucking algorithm, mate. They know about streams, they know about videos prior to coming up. And I'm gonna definitely have to refresh this. And yeah, they give you permission to film, they give you permission to stream this and everything, as long as I said, as long as you say that this is the NASA Earth viewing experiment. That's pretty much the only fucking condition. You can't say it's your video, it's NASA's live stream, and you've got to every now flash their fucking image so that everybody knows what it is and the channel, and Ustream TV. So yeah, as long as you, oh, okay, they've definitely cut it out. Woo, yeah. See, check it out. NASA's at the work. But we had a friend at NASA for a couple of minutes. We had a friend at NASA that saw this and let us see something really fucking good. And occasionally it happens. Very occasionally something decent, and they say, no, they're not letting this one get by, and they show it. Because 10 to 1, they're the blokes actually also watching the streams out there, like me, that are putting these streams out there, trying to capture these UFOs. And it's great to do it live. It's better to do this live than just get a video and just take it, because on a video everybody says, oh, you edited it, man, but they can't say I fucking edited these, because these are fucking as it's happening. And they can't say that because these are fucking, like when I capture UFOs, man, I capture them fucking live. And it's good to actually get back to some of the old stuff that I've done over time and everything. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be fucking here, but yeah, you don't know with this Mandela effect how long you're going to be in a reality and when you're going to get shifted along and fucking shuffled along, and it drives everybody nuts. And a lot more people, I've noticed that in this reality there are a few more. In the last reality I was in, there was a group of really fundamental Christians that weren't seeing the shifts. But now in this one, there's a couple of those same ones actually starting to see the shifts and starting to acknowledge the fact that it's a different reality. Because in the Bible even, the Bible says in the last days, God's going to give us a new heaven and new earth. Well, fuck, you've only got to get a telescope and go and look at the sky, and you see a new heaven, and like, you've only got to go down the local fucking harbour here, and you know that that harbour ain't right. And this fucking reality, man, it points to a beach. Like I thought he was fucking high when I first watched that Beard's video about the harbour pointing to the beach. I checked it out on fucking Google Earth, and lo and behold, it was pointing to the beach. So guess what? I went up there. It's pointing to the fucking beach. Who has a harbour pointing to the fucking beach? Man, a wave, you only need a wave to come fucking side on. You'll take out any fucking ship or boat going in or out. Fucking weird. So, what's causing the shift? I don't know, guys and girls. I don't know. I'm trying to fucking find out. But I also try to have a fucking rest off from it every now and then. But I haven't done some of this stuff. But I've gotten into the telescope because there have been a couple of days that have been good enough to get the telescope out. So I've got the telescope out in this reality. And one of the other beards bought some equipment for it. I've just bought some equipment for it. And I extended one of the scopes up a bit higher so it's a lot easier to use, so the next poor bloody beard doesn't have to do what I had to do the other day and bloody get on the ground and look through the view scope just to find the bloody planet, and or to look at the moon was a nightmare. So pretty much, yeah, I invested a little bit of cash and bought some equipment to raise the scope up 16 inches higher so you don't have to get on your fucking hands and knees and get on the ground. But notice these things are only over the sea. I don't know why they're not over the land. I'm trying to work out where we are at the moment because can't find any. I've actually noticed that in this reality they don't have the companion to this website, because there was a companion website and you could go over and click on it and you could have two pages open, one on one screen, one on the other, and it would tell you exactly where over Earth the space shuttle was, the space station was, but it's not on this one, not here, and so you don't know what the fuck you're looking at, and this is most probably the clearest I've seen the Earth in a while. Hopefully that over Australia, when it gets over Australia, tomorrow, that I'll see that the clouds are clearing up and shit like that, and say okay, maybe we'll have a good fucking night. But there's so much out there that you don't know. We don't know if we have a foothold situation. And by the way, I honestly believe that this Earth is in a alien foothold situation, and I do not deny it, folks. I think that with 100 fucking %. I have seen too much since I have been here. And I truly believe that we have a foothold situation. And that foothold situation means that we have an alien race taking over. And I believe that maybe that they could even have something to do with the Mandela effect that's swapping us over. Maybe they are interdimensional beings that are shifting us around, moving us around, and or maybe they've done something and it's a side effect. Maybe CERN did something as a side effect and it's allowing these beings to come back and forwards. Maybe this is what it meant in the Holy Bible, where it says, in the last days I'm going to give you a new heaven and a new fucking earth. So is the Bible a guideline that's something that's been happening every 3,600 fucking years when the Anunnaki come back? And because the Anunnaki really wrote the Bible, it was copied from the Anunnaki, and you've only got to read the tablets to know that. And the thing is, it's sort of, I've had, in the couple of weeks that I've been here, I've done a lot of research into the Anunnaki. I was researching him in the last verse, and you find the translations better. Oh, great! We've got a good example of pareidolia here. We have an alien in the clouds. There we go, folks. We've got an alien in the clouds. Fucking looks like one too. That's what we call pareidolia. But yeah, so I think we might start seeing something soon. I hope we do. And you've got to watch like a hawk, because half the time these things are so fucking small. Sometimes you get the big ones, like the ones hiding in the cloud that the friend at NASA froze the screen, and by the time that this video comes up, it'll be edited out. That section of the video is going to be edited out, trust me, so we won't see that again. So we've caught it on camera. Something hiding there, check it out. There's something round hiding right fucking there. and you can see it. Can you see that one? It's hiding in the cloud. There is definitely something there. It's definitely round and it's hiding in the cloud. Yeah. But I do love doing it. It does get boring sometimes because some nights you get absolutely fucking nothing. And you can be on for hours and hours and hours. And as I said, I've caught the first one that we've captured again. And I've caught another one. And I've edited one out. But you've got to be quick. Okay, that looks very... Check this out here. That looks like something hiding in the clouds. Look, that looks like something hiding in the clouds too. Whatever they are, they look like... Well, they don't look like chemtrails, they don't look like clouds, they actually look like something in the clouds. Oh, and there's a square cube right there. That's not pareidolia. There's something there as well. Definitely something there. I think that is definitely something. I think that's something as well. It's a good example. I was watching a movie today. Alien, what was it? I can't think of it. Alien Excursion or Alien Encounter or something like that. And it was going through the scenes, and some of the scenes were edited with other planets in there. But then there were a couple of scenes where they were just shooting the rocks. And lo and behold, there's a fucking giant UFO stand, and I tell you now, that wasn't meant to be part of the film. It's sort of, you can truly see it. I don't even think they saw it, and if it wasn't for me looking at the shape, I wouldn't have seen it either. I noticed the shape of it, and I thought, oh wow, that's a really cool UFO they stuck in it. But it wasn't. See, there's pareidolia for you. Yeah, we got giant fucking faces in the clouds, but that's a mixture of. That's just the cloud. That one's the cloud and the earth. It gives you, it looks like a face. But yeah, that's pareidolia for you folks. It's sort of, a lot of people mistake things in the sky and stuff like that for different things. But pareidolia is just something, they'll see things like, you'll see a bag scrunched up. And you'll be like laying, it happened to me the other night. I had a Coles bag laying down, scrunched up in the bedroom. Because I bought something for the bedroom, and I've just, oh, okay, what the fuck happened there? Oh no, that's my screensaver about to kick in. Oh no, thought it was my screensaver kicking in. They were cutting it out. Something came into the screen, and bastard swap camera. Okay, well, we might not see anything on this one. We may, but rarely do you see something on this one. But you do occasionally get something new on this camera, but not very often. And yeah, that's what it's like. It's sort of, some people mistake pareidolia, and then they say, oh, they see a UFO, and then someone says, oh, man, that's just pareidolia. Yeah. And it's a fucking UFO. You can see the shape of the spaceship. But it is a spaceship. And, oh no, man, that's just pareidolia. Or it's gas. Swamp gas. Fuck, man. In my day, do you know how often swamp gas was used? You saw a UFO over the city. The news story had come up and they'd say, swamp gas. And by the way, the camera that we were looking at was either on this side or on the opposite side. I can't think. I think actually, oh, there it is there. There's the camera right there. We were looking through that camera in the last bit. So, and it looks straight down, or I think, no, that could be it too. No, because we were looking at it from a higher vantage, so that would have been the camera there. They're generally on the Sawyers, and they put them on and they take them down. Sometimes they're up higher, but that one, because of what we were looking at on the capsule, was that section of the capsule. So, yeah, so for those of you that don't know, they're the escape pods for the Earthlings, and that's the little capsule right there that they sit in, right there. That little section there, that's the bit that saves their lives. And there's enough to get everybody back to Earth in a hurry. And a lot of people don't actually know that. So, yeah, as I was saying, I think we are in a foothold situation, and I think that maybe that they are actually causing the Mandela effect. And yes, we've got another black screen, and but the Mandela effect, something is causing it, and it truly is. We don't know what is causing it, but we know it's happening because there's too many of us out there that are fucking affected. Some people out there, they watch these fucking YouTube videos where they talk about logos. Oh no, you won't believe this logo's changed. Wow, this Mandela. They're not even fucking affected after. All they want to do is ride on the coattails of all the truly affected and get a boost of their fucking channel where we talk about what's fucking happening to us. And yeah, it drives me nuts, but then everybody else out there thinks that's all it's about. And maybe that they are those kids out there are being paid by fucking NASA or someone to to try and make everybody think that it's just the logo. I was thinking about that one the other day. But okay, who's making these people fucking do this shit? Well, okay, what if these people are the children of the invading race? Well, they're definitely human looking. And we're seeing evidence of that. I've seen videos from the other beards where they've fucking done the reptilian videos and shit like that. And you see shit all over the verse and everything like that. Whatever they are, they're interacting with all the realities. And someone said to me the other day that we are the livestock of a farm, but it's a mining farm. We actually do all the work. We fill in all the little roles. Everybody's got their own fucking role in that fucking verse. In every verse, everybody's got a role. Everybody takes part and does something in that role. And yeah, some of us could even wind up as fucking food for the bastards down the road. But the whole thing is, there is definitely truly something happening out there, and we don't know what, why, and how long, who's fucking doing it, why they're fucking doing it, but it's happening. It really fucking is happening. And all we're trying to do is solve the fucking thing and trying to get there. And yes, there's a black screen there, guys and gals. Big black screen. Why? Because, actually, I'll put something up. How about I put a calculator up there just for fucking fun? There we go, there's a calculator on the screen. And, yeah, 2 times 2 equals 4. Just give somebody something to think until the Earth viewing experiment goes up so they know it's not a blank screen. But no, it's sort of just so much out there happening, and we don't know. We truly don't know what, why, when, and how it's all happening, folks. And sorry about this, you're going to get music for a brief second. If I can get it. Oh, what the fuck? Where is it? No. I've turned the music off already. I have. Have I turned the music off already? Ah, damn, this damn thing's playing up. Oh no, I've turned the music off. So until the thing comes back, yeah, you're just going to get this screen, guys and girls. But all we can do is do research into it, folks, and try and resolve what's causing it. Work with each other, and try and everybody look into it. But so many and I've got to admit, there's a lot of people fucking out there, guys and girls, that turn around and they don't do anything. They don't research the Mandela effect. They don't look into it. Why? Because they're not truly affected. And this is how I know. I think maybe there might be a couple of, maybe a million of us at the most that are truly affected. But there's about maybe 10, 20 million who'll say they're affected. But we don't know for sure. It's sort of whether they're just lazy, what, I don't know. But there are a lot of people out there, they say they're affected, and you can tell that they're not affected. Like that guy that I made the video the other night about. All he wanted to do was push his healing, and that was it. Like links to his website to get healing from him. And he's saying he's affected. Me and my friends are affected. Yeah, fuck. It was the biggest con job I've ever fucking seen in my life. And it's sort of, but you know when someone's affected, man, because they talk about their kids like I do, and all the beards talk about their kids. Like they want to go home. You see comments all the time. They all want to go home, back to their fucking reality, and it truly is. So what's causing it? Are these fucking these races around the sun and everything that is actually truly causing this shit? And I'm trying to get an image up for you at the moment, and so what truly is causing this? We don't know, but there is something something's got to be fucking causing this, and how it's happening, I don't know. Space Armada around sun. There we go, around sun. I'll put that on the screen for everybody. And but this is the reason they shut the telescopes down and like the satellites down, because as I said, you can't even see them on the fucking satellite at the moment because of these. This is the real reason they've shut down the solar telescope, the stereo telescope ahead. You can't see anything through the stereo ahead telescope at the moment, and they've shut it down because, like, you're seeing stuff like this, UFOs around the sun, giant round planets near the sun, massive planets near the sun. There you go, there's one there, right fucking in there. And so, yeah, what is causing it? How is it happening? Why is it fucking happening? Yeah, tell me and we'll both fucking know. But all I can do is show you what I find and everything like that. I can look at what is truly happening. And sorry, I'm just bringing this up onto another screen until it comes back up. And, sorry. Just getting that off the screen until it comes back. So yeah, it's just a wait and see game, just like UFOs on the screen. And you try and capture UFOs, you have to expect to run into problems like we're getting at the moment. You try and do different things with different stuff, and yeah, you run into problems. And yeah, there's always a problem. But why are they truly trying to cover up UFOs? Has anybody ever asked that one fucking question? Why are they trying to cover up fucking UFOs? Because people freak out about it, man. They'll freak right the fuck out, man. They don't, oh man, we can't handle the fucking truth. Fuck me, we're the ones that fucking see them and report them and do stories on them. And mate, mankind's not going to fucking freak out about fucking UFOs. The reason is they don't want you to know about it because we're in a foothold situation. That's the real fucking reason, because the people in government, the real ones, the shadow government, are running everything, that's controlling the politicians. They're the ones pulling the fucking little strings. They're the ones that are turning around and fucking us over, covering it up, making everybody that sees a UFO, oh, he saw a UFO, he's crazy. He saw a, well, I'm looking at one on the fucking TV screen right fucking now. I can see fucking plenty of UFOs sitting around our fucking sun. And as I said the other night in that video, that solar image is a real solar image, and that is shot with by a human on Earth. Oh no, it wasn't on the Soyuz, that camera. It was on one of the other modules. Oh, okay. There we go. It was on a different module. But there you go, that image there. You've only got to look at those fucking images there. And yeah, we were looking at it off that module. Sorry, we were I think it was that module. No, that was when it came back into view. Oh, this is the other camera. I'll jump cameras. I think no, it's one of the modules. Yeah, it's either this module or that module. I think, because I know the Soyuz does have a camera on it. They do put a camera on it regularly. But, yeah, even on here, and for those flat earthers out there, guess what? The world's fucking round, man. The world's fucking round. And flat earthers are not going to be happy about that. See it around fucking Earth. But you can't really ridicule them for what if their reality, because we know we've shifted realities, what if their actual reality was a flat Earth? You got to think about it, because that's why I got that on the flat Earth picture on the fucking thing, because maybe there is a reality out there where the Earth was fucking flat. I know that the fucking world has changed all over the fucking Earth, at different positions, different stuff, and everything looks fucking weird, and yeah, so you've just got to ask yourself what the fuck is actually truly happening. And by doing that and looking at everything and asking yourself what the fuck is actually happening, you might start getting answers for yourself, because the only way you're going to get an answer, if you do the fucking research, you sit here for hours looking at UFOs. If you sit there and you want to truly look at the Mandela effect, don't look for the fucking logos. Go and look at the stories out there. And yeah, I know the Bluebeards aren't the only stories out there, because I spend all half my day, which is I get home and I pretty much sit on the net and I'm looking for stories and other people's stories and different things like that, and trying to understand what they're actually doing, what they're publishing, and understanding their particular stories, and trying to learn from them. And so that's all you really can do, is you learn from the other stories, you see their stories, and you say, okay, well, yeah, okay, I'm not alone. But when you see all those fucking logo videos, man, they drive you fucking nuts. They truly drive you fucking nuts. Well, that's an unusual cloud. That's a very unusual cloud, that fucker. A UFO or something hiding in a cloud and sticking out of the cloud, most probably. Definitely geometric, whatever it is. And they've cut it off. Yep, that was a UFO. They've cut it off. They've cut it off. They saw it as well. The moment you see a fucking UFO, they just chop the fucking screen. And, yeah, they've chopped the screen, they got rid of it. It's gone now, see, so you can't see it now. They've repositioned the camera. So, because they've repositioned, you can't see the thing. They're quick. They're fucking quick. Very fucking quick. They do it all the fucking time. It's so fucking quick, it's beyond a fucking joke. But I found one of the other Beards videos. It was about a UFO spaceport on Earth and on the moon. I'd love to know what fucking... There must be someone out there that knows where the fuck that town is, you know. And someone must have flown over it. Someone else must have flown over it and could say, oh, well, that's this town, and that's where it is, and everything like that. And so yeah, you just never know. And so you've got to ask yourself all these questions, and this is what being a UFO researcher is all about, is asking yourself these ultimate fucking questions. Who is doing this? Why are they fucking doing this? Are they causing this? Are they doing that? Why are they doing that? How are they doing that? And it's sort of amazing to see some of this stuff and everything. I'm trying to work out what the fuck country that is, actually. Anybody knows that coastline there, let me know. Don't know whether it's Africa or South America, I can't tell. Not close enough yet. But if anybody knows that coastline, let me know, will you? For fuck's sake. It's sort of, no, it's not Africa. It might be South. No, South America. It's South America, I think. No, it's too fucking dark. That's too dark. Look at it from a different direction. Is it America? Come on, there's Cuba there. There's Cuba there. Let me have a look. That could be the Gulf. Oh, that could be the Gulf. Mexican Gulf. But we'll know if we see Cuba. And, yeah, so this is good to look at the changes sometimes as well, because sometimes the images are very clear and you can see everything. No, I don't know. Is that Cuba? I don't know. No, that's a cloud. Oh no, that might be. Yeah, that's this reality's Cuba. Yep. Oh no, is it? No, where the fuck is that? Oh, lost. No, that's not Cuba. Because if that's Cuba, it's moved a lot closer to fucking America. So it's also a good thing for looking at the geographical changes of Earth as well. And yes, for those that don't know and have joined the stream, I'm also Mandela affected, and I look for the geographical changes to Earth and try and work out where the fuck we are, what differences there are on the planet and stuff like that. And I only use them to tell me I've shifted. And the moment I know I'm shifted, then I look into my family situation, who's who, what's what, and ask who's alive, who's dead now, and that happens so fucking often. And I'll tell you now, every Mandela affected person should know their history of their family in every reality, because it's going to scare some of you. It really will. Because if you start asking questions, like just normal fucking questions, you start talking about your family. And if they turn around and say, no, they're dead, what are you talking about? They died such and such. That's when you start to freak out, because that's when you start to realise that the stuff that is actually going on is very... What the fuck is going on that? It's as if that's a light panel, not a fucking solar panel. The sun is behind it. Can you, like, you see, oh, you have to be seeing this. Does it look like, yeah, it's showing up on the feed as well. That is fucking weird. It's as if that's not actually just a solar panel. That looks like it's a fucking light panel. That is truly fucking weird. Yeah, it looks more like a fucking light panel than a solar panel. Okay, but it could just be the reflection of the light, but it looks pretty cool, whatever the fuck it is. But, yeah. But the sun is on the opposite fucking side of it. That's the weird thing. So, yeah, these are weird shit that you see in space. There's definitely something going on with that camera. There's some interference from it, that's for sure. And, yeah. Oh. No, that was the camera. I'm going to swap cameras. Too much interference on this one. So, yeah, it just drives you nuts sometimes. Just drives you absolutely balmy. Occasionally you get... Fuck. Come on, jump to the other camera. Did it jump to the other camera? Yeah. And, yeah, so I thought, well, while I was doing this, I'd do a stream and pump some stuff out to you and see if we capture any more UFOs. I'm hoping we do. And it'd be nice to capture another one. They were still on the same fucking camera, because all I did was move the icon into another position. That's a pretty good view of Earth, though. I'm trying to work out what these countries are. Well, I seriously can't work that out. Maybe there could be something to the theory that there's more countries out there that we don't fucking know about. It's only a theory, But yeah, that could be a possibility. We never fucking know. We'd have to have a really clear day on Earth. Maybe that's what the chemtrails are for, covering up what's really fucking out there on the planet. Oh, they're both on the same fucking view, the bastards. Yeah, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video with the footage that I've already caught and upload it. I will upload this stream to the other channel as well, but then I'm going to make a video out of the UFOs and put that up. Give me something to do the next couple of days after I knock off. I have a big night on big weekend this weekend. As I said, I'm going out in a astronomy stuff, and hopefully it's clear enough to get some really good stuff. I get to use the new equipment is what I'm hoping for, and get it working at least, so that when I get home here and use it here, that it just runs and everything like that without a problem. And so yeah, I've got to prep all that. I've got a case for some stuff, and I've got to get them more cases for everything, so that when I'm starting to transport this stuff, that nothing gets broken. I'm sending down for some cases. Hopefully they'll deliver them in time before the weekend, so it's easier to transport shit. But yeah, you never know. Never ever know. We'll never ever go. So I'm going to call it quits, guys and gals. I'm going to catch up to you all later. Bye, NASA people watching. And so I'm going to catch us all later, and yeah, I'm going to upload this stream to the other channel. Have some fun, everybody. Thanks, Raquel, for monitoring the channel. I really, truly appreciate it. And yeah, well, at least we only have one troll, but I got him before you. So those of you out there that want the address for the stream, it's actually in the last video, but I'm going to copy it if I can get it. See if I can get it. Why won't it let me capture? Bloody page is not responding. I was going to drop the thing in the stream for you, but I think I put it in that last video with it, guys and gals. So those of you that actually want the address, go back to the last one that I made using Ustream. Check it out. And oh, there it goes. I'll put it in here. Here we go. We'll have the address any second, guys and gals. So those of you that want to go and visit this site, check it out for yourself. See if you can capture any UFOs. And it's not hard, just got to keep your eyes open. The bigger the screen, the better. And it's all, when you're hunting for UFOs using the NASA cameras, the bigger the screen, the better, for one reason, because sometimes they're a distance away and you need that big screen to try and work out the detail of what it is. Sometimes they're that far away that they only appear as little white dots, and they're harder to see on small screens. So yeah, the bigger the screen, the better. So if you've got a big TV, let's just say if you've got a big TV, most people don't watch fucking TV anymore. Plug it into the fucking computer, use it as a monitor. That's what I fucking do. So anyhow, guys and gals, thank you very much for joining me. I've been on for an hour and a half, and I need some sleep because I've got a big weekend, and I've got to get up in the morning. I've got to order some equipment, pay for a bit extra, and make sure it's delivered before the weekend. So have a good night, have a good weekend, everybody. I'm going to catch up to you all later. Thank you very much, and I am